Hello everybody, Chef Anita here again with you guys here on Amazon Live with my friends Corto Olive Oil. I have missed you guys. I am so excited to be back. I'm really hoping that my power is working and my Wi-Fi is all good. Please let me know out there if everything looks good to you guys. I'm definitely working on a couple of different devices here to make sure that the internet stays intact. But aside from all that, I hope everybody out there is well. Like I said, my name is Chef Anita. I'm here with Corto Olive Oil once a month. Hello, 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 hello. Hi, I hope you can see me okay. Lighting is interesting. We have a big storm rolling in, so fingers crossed we keep everything up and running. So I'm just gonna jump right into it here. I've missed you guys, by the way. We are making a beautiful beef carpaccio. Now, beef carpaccio is essentially a thinly sliced, I use filet mignon, but a thinly sliced steak that is then garnished with pretty much whatever kind of garnish you want. But what is so special about this particular beef carpaccio is this olive oil. We're not really here to discuss the quality of this beef, even though it is amazing and good quality beef is very important. But it's the olive oil that we use in order. Hello, hi Joanne, thank you for joining me. Definitely using a high quality olive oil is a great way for my home chefs out there to elevate their cooking, elevate the flavor in the food, allowing this olive oil to take care of your recipes for your families, your friends, etc. I definitely used it in my own restaurant. I am a true believer of it. They travel everywhere with me. Like I've said to you guys before, they have their own suitcase. They now live in Nicaragua with me. So, when I tell you that I believe in this product, I'm not making this up. I did a side-by-side in my own restaurant. I saw the proof, tasted the proof, and then was able to clean the proof with minimal effort. So it is with me wherever I go. And that's just the way it is. And I love cooking with olive oil, even though butter is awesome. I love cooking with olive oil because it definitely gives me a healthier feeling in my gut. I don't feel so weighed down. And that's just me. Me and butter, we have a love-hate relationship. So when I discovered this olive oil, I knew that I was putting something really good in my body because of the way that I felt after I ate it. And again, it doesn't get in the way of your cooking. It doesn't get in the way of the flavor, which is what a lot of people comment on. They say, well, it tastes bitter. Why does it taste bitter? Because it's rancid. Why is it rancid? Because it's not processed properly. These guys go out of their way to make sure and process this olive oil from those vines. It literally looks like a vineyard when you go and visit them. It's really amazing. The fruit gets picked, it gets pressed same day, placed into the flavor lock seal bottles and boxes with the easy pour spouts. So you know that when it comes to your door through here on Amazon, you're gonna get the best quality product, and it is not gonna turn rancid on you. They make sure to package it so no heat, no light, nothing gets in the way of you and your olive oil. So let's get to it. I only have a little bit of time here, and again, I'm fighting this storm. So we're making beef carpaccio. Again, this filet mignon, you could definitely eat it as is, but I like to elevate my flavors a little bit. So you can either make a steak tartare or whatever you want with this. For my beef carpaccio, a lot of people will just wrap it in plastic, place it in the freezer for about a half hour, so then it thinly slices easier. I wish I had a slicer to make it like paper thin, but we're gonna see how we do. But the way that I elevate flavor in a beef carpaccio is to kiss it in a skillet with my friend here, La Padella. Now I'm in love with. This guy is the high heat saute oil, a true amazing saute oil. The heat index on this thing can, you can really kick it up there, and it doesn't burn, it doesn't taste, again, rancid. It's absolutely gorgeous. It takes care of your food. I put it down, I walk away, I come back, and I get the most beautiful sear. I'm telling you, every time. You don't believe me? Watch my videos. Oh, and by the way, if you're new here, please go on ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm here once a month. I definitely use all of the social platforms to talk about this olive oil. Instagram, TikTok, Amazon, but this is where it's available. And you should definitely check out their Instagram page and their website as well, because it'll definitely give you a lot more information than I can give you right now, because I am on a time crunch. So let's get going. Filet mignon looks like this. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Thank you. So filet mignon, I broke it down. It was actually a beef tenderloin, a whole slab. Beautiful, beautiful slab of beef tenderloin. And I broke it down into about 4-ounce piece. And then I dressed it just ever so slightly, gave it a little kiss with the truly extra virgin olive oil over the top, so that while it sits in the refrigerator, it has time to marinate and get this really beautiful citrus note over the top of this steak flavor. Why? Because I'm gonna lay it down onto a plate, and this is literally gonna be the star with this drizzle of olive oil over the top, with garnish of capers. I have some really beautiful, big, beautiful capers. They almost look like boysenberry, not the boysenberries, the, what are they called? Gooseberries. Gooseberry capers. I mean, they're huge. I usually fry these, but I'm just gonna leave these exactly as they are. I also have some gorgeous fresh picked basil. My gals here, I just discovered this little restaurant here in Nicaragua, and they have their own farm, and they just have like the most beautiful product, and the mercadito as well. So the key word here is fresh, and this olive oil marries everything together beautifully. So I just wanted to give it a little sweetness, a little aromatics with the basil here. And then I'm gonna cube up a little bit of radish for a little pepperiness. And then we have the capers for a little saltiness. And all of this is gonna marry, like I said, very beautifully with this olive oil. Now I do have, and depending on how much time I have this gorgeous fresh baked bread from Piece and Cake. And what I thought about doing with that is putting it into a skillet with some of that La Padella and just toasting it up and putting it right there on the plate. I also have some gorgeous kale that I'm gonna go on ahead and chiffonade. The rainy season here has not allowed for any arugula, which is my favorite thing to put on here on this salad. But again, use your own imagination. Have fun with the flavors. Beef carpaccio, a lot of people like it to be through and through like it's supposed to be, which I can definitely appreciate. But when I wanna kick up the flavor a little bit, I definitely have fun with it. So for me, if I have fresh Parmesan, fresh capers, and a beautiful olive oil to finish it off with, then I am a happy, happy chef. So that is what we're working with today. Okay, so I just gave that a quick little loose tie. So the reason why I do that is so that when it hits the pan, it's gonna cook evenly. You're not gonna have one end cook a lot sooner than the other. Everything will be beautifully kissed, like I said, with that olive oil. 1 second. What I wanna do right now is get my pan screaming hot. It's because I don't wanna cook this to an actual internal temperature. The reason why the beef carpaccio is so beautiful is because that interior steak, that's blue, like that is cold. It is gorgeous. And this technique that I'm showing you, it's just a way for you to elevate that flavor so that, again, you have that olive oil, the steak, and this pepper that I'm gonna put all over the top here, just all working together with whatever garnishes you choose. So, like I said, because the arugula pretty much drowned, I was not able to find any, but I have this really beautiful baby kale, so tender. And you guys are noticing I'm putting a lot of black pepper on this. This is gonna be black pepper encrusted, but I'm only doing that on one side. If you notice, I'm only gonna do that on one side. And again, that has already been marinating in my fridge with the Truly. Now we're gonna hit that with some salt. And this is sea salt. I like to use a coarse salt when I make a beef carpaccio because again, of the preparation. And I just love it when you have that olive oil, the pepper, and the salt just kind of hit you as soon as you pick it up and eat it. It's perfection. So I can hear my pan is already pretty hot. So I'm gonna roll over that way so I can show you these next steps really quickly. So what I'm doing is getting that pan really, really hot without any oil in it. I hope you guys can see me okay. I put a little bit of that La Padella, that saute oil, in my pan, and then I don't touch it for a few seconds. Give that a swirl. And what I'm looking for here is a little bit of a cloudy look to the oil. That's how I know that it's going to be really hot. This has to be really, really hot, like I said, because we want to keep that interior really nice and rare. So, fingers crossed. And you can always test it just by putting it down for just a second. Now, if you notice there, I moved the pan over to the highest part of the flame. I don't have a pan small enough, and typically you want to use a pan with a circumference that's just ever so slightly bigger than whatever meat you're cooking so that you don't burn or have wrong temperature in the interior. But again, this olive oil takes care of everything. So I don't really have to worry about that part. You notice I'm walking away, but I can tell from the sound what's happening, and also by looking at it. So, and I also feel like I'm so far away from you guys, and I apologize, so I hope you guys can see okay. Okay. And like I said, all I'm doing here is just searing it on all sides, and then we're gonna wrap it in plastic, put it into the freezer, and then we're gonna slice it really nice and thin. Putting it into the freezer for a half hour, like I said, allows you to slice it really nice and thin. And that's pretty much it. I flip it over back onto the pepper side and let it kind of cool off with the pepper going with it. Just to give it an extra hard little bit of sear without a lot of flame. There it is. See that? Do we see that pepper? It's absolutely gorgeous. That's gonna give this steak the most unbelievable flavor, not to mention with this olive oil, and already having marinated it with the Truly, which is the extra virgin. So I've got two kinds of olive oil working with me here, and it's just gonna make for a really beautiful dish. Now I'm gonna go on ahead and pull this off to the side really quickly. And I'm gonna bring my plastic wrap, which is right here. Now you do want to let that cool off a little bit. And I know I only have a little bit of time here, but through the power of television, I already have a fillet already prepared and in the freezer. So right now I'm just gonna do a bunch of little chopping and get my plate ready, so then I can slice that steak, put it on there, and you can literally cover it and put it back into the fridge if you want to until it's time to eat, or go on ahead and hit it with that extra virgin Truly olive oil, put that Parmesan over the top, go to town, have some fun. So now, again, because it's, you know, all you want to do is wrap that. Now, like I said, this should definitely be a lot cooler, but it gave it a pretty quick cool down there because it wasn't on the pan for very long. There we go. Now that goes in the freezer. Now, until it's time to slice my steak, I'm gonna go on ahead and do a quick little dress here of a salad. So I just have a little bit of picking to do. I love the tenderness of these baby basil leaves. I mean, I just absolutely love it. This is actually going to be a pretty quick live today, I hope. Oh, we're already getting down to the wire. Okay, so there's that. And then Parmesan. I just went ahead and hand-picked really pretty leaves, if you could see there. And now with a peeler, I'm gonna go on ahead and shave some of this Parmesan. And you wanna do it really nice and thin. Have it look nice on the plate. I love Parmesan. And Parmesan with this olive oil, I'm telling you guys, if you've never used this olive oil, you should really, really look them up. Like I said, the Carpaccio family, they're just people who care. They're sustainable. You know, they care about the land. They wanted to turn how people think about olive oil into something more innovative and show that if you put a little extra care and time and dedication, you know, you can achieve a really, really beautiful, sustainable product. And having been able to go and see for myself firsthand what that looked like, their mill is just, I mean, top notch. I think I had too much coffee, my hands are shaking. It's, I mean, just like the most technical, I don't know tech talk, but you know, like it's just high tech, yeah. So the pumps, the mill, everything, when you see the olive oil just kind of come through the pipes, it's, you know, like, it's like a smoky pipe. It's not like a tinted color. You can't see the olive oil exactly what it truly looks like when it's coming through. This is how they actually keep it from being exposed to any heat, any light, etc., etc. I feel like I'm tripping over my words, but I think you guys get what I'm saying. Obviously, you know that I'm passionate about this product because I keep talking about it, and I definitely go out of my way to travel with it. And if you guys have a mandolin, please by all means do that with a mandolin instead. I'm in a rental here and I am at the mercy of the house. So, but it's okay. It's still looking good. And then I'm gonna pick some of this baby kale. And right now what I'm doing is I'm just putting a mise en place together, meaning everything in its place. It's a French term that we chefs love to use. It just means getting everything in its place. So then when it's time to plate, you're not kind of fidgeting about. You see everything, you know where everything is, and it's a lot easier on you. Okay, so I have already here, I have some capers. I have everything in its place. So we have our kale, we have our radishes, we have some beautiful basil, our capers, our shaved parm. Now let's get the steak. Now, what we are hoping for here is a perfect rare. Fingers crossed. Because yeah, even chefs can make mistakes. But I'm pretty sure I did it correctly. But we shall soon find out. So again, the reason why we put it into the freezer is so that when you slice it, without a slicer, it's a lot easier for you. It doesn't buckle as much. So let me put that to the side. And I'm gonna come straight down the middle here. There. Kind of looks like tuna, doesn't it? It's gorgeous. Again, this is a different technique of this dish. This is not your typical beef carpaccio that you just slice from raw onto a plate. This is completely different. And it does kind of remind me of a seared tuna. And when you serve this, it's not as, I realized in my restaurant that it wasn't as off-putting to guests when it's not completely raw. Like when they see a sear, they're okay with that. So again, trying to slice it super thin without a slicer is difficult. But we are doing the best we can. And then that's just gonna go all around the plate. And I have to plate off to the side because I just made a mess of my cutting board and I don't want to get my plate messy. Oh my gosh, I wish you guys could smell this. It's incredible. But yeah, getting that paper thin look, it's difficult with just a knife, let me tell you. Unless you let the steak sit in there a little bit longer, then you could definitely achieve that a little bit better. But again, we're just here showing you a technique that you can definitely perfect at home. So now, we're just gonna put around, I'm gonna put off to the side. Let me clean that off a little bit. Put off to the side the other piece, which will be my snack later. And then we're just gonna go around the plate and just make it look really beautiful, you know? But again, I love, 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 love the arugula. And it looks like I'm not gonna have time to do the crostino, which I really, really wanted to do. But for dinner, we'll definitely have to do that. I wanna make sure and finish the live before something happens to our internet. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sweetie. Okay, so we're just getting that parm all around. Now again, this is just one version of this dish. I've made this dish so many different ways, it's not even funny. I also make this dish with beets for my vegans. No cheese, or I use vegan cheese, but you can pretty much make a carpaccio with roasted beets, or actually raw beets as well. Okay. So that's beautiful. I'm gonna give this a little squeeze of lime. I'm gonna go over the top with some pepper, or excuse me, some salt. And I almost forgot. We have some beautiful pistachios. Almost forgot. I love pine nuts, but with the kale and the way that this dish is prepared, I really wanted a different flavor. So pistachio is my go-to. You can also use slivered almonds or some walnuts. It's really up to you. Just you guys having fun, pushing that envelope a little bit when it comes to your cooking, using this amazing olive oil to help you elevate your dishes. It's just so fun. I honestly, every time I come on here, I'm just a little nervous, but always having a good time. And that, okay. So that's how that looks. Look at that. Boom. Absolutely gorgeous. So now what I'm gonna do is, because you know I have to, it is not the dish without it. There we go. Okay. And there is my beef carpaccio, guys. Make sure your plate is clean. And again, you can literally put this back into the fridge and serve it when you're ready. There it is. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I kind of pulled that one out a little bit because I want to taste it. But it's okay, I'll slice another one so I can take a photograph. I'm dying to taste it, I can't help myself. Oh my gosh. I'll grab the stuff from over here. Oh, I almost forgot. Basil. Basil. There we go. That basil is going to add a really beautiful sweetness to it. Like I said, especially when it's farm fresh. Just like this olive oil, look at that. Oh my God. I seriously always surprise myself. This olive oil, guys, I can't say enough about it. Check it out. Cursor down here. Everything I used. You guys have any questions, anything at all, please contact me, DM me. If you need this recipe, I can definitely make it available to you. I'm gonna photograph this and upload this video as well here on my YouTube page, on Instagram, so you guys will have it to your disposal. But definitely come back and see me here next month for another beautiful Corto olive oil driven recipe. These guys are truly amazing. Please check them out. Look at it. I can't wait to eat this. Look at that. I'll see you guys next time, okay? Thank you so much. Ciao, ciao. Mwah, mwah, mwah.